evening and welcome to a very unusual host for MRC Tier 1. We are here in Imola, a track that was not present in the championship from 2006 until 2020, but was here every year between 1981 and 2006, and I believe since it's come back to the game, MRC has either been here every season since, or at least very close to. I'm joined tonight by the big boss man himself, Mr. Martin Hills. How are we doing tonight?
Well, I'm very happy to be here with you. It's been a bit of a weird evening. That race was kind of odd. I'm not quite sure really what happened. I do know what happened. The safety car happened and it all went a bit ballsed up really, and I just hung out hoping that another safety car was going to happen, and it never did, and I ended up just plummeting towards the back. Bit annoying. Never mind.
For those of you who didn't join us for Tier 2, we have provisionally crowned our Tier 2 champion, Mr. Mark Hodgson, so a big congratulations to him. He's had an absolutely outstanding season in Tier 2.
He has, yeah. I mean, it's from what I've heard, it was a bit of a tight battle between the two of them for the points that they needed. I'll have to watch that back later. But yeah, well done to everybody involved in that, because that's obviously almost gone right the way through the season. So it's only just tipped right at the very end. So, and I believe we have another one we can tie up tonight if things go a certain way.
We can indeed, if Mr. Reese Whitcomb can outscore Ujoni by 14 points, he will take the Tier 1 championship tonight.
Ooh, there's a comment from Giban in the YouTube chat saying, "Good evening, this will be an interesting race. A little weather surprise will be coming."
Are we going to have a wet race?
So does that mean he's in a party with somebody who's in the race?
He's racing tonight.
He's racing? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah,
I give massive respect to Giban, because he reserves in every single race he is possibly able to, and yeah, just massive respect to the man. He's improving so much recently.
Do you know what I should probably do before I start making comments about people, is actually look at the screen.
Yeah, that tends to help, Martin.
What I can see there is I can see his actual name.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a giveaway that he's racing, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah, it does give a little bit away.
What an absolute breasticle. Never mind.
Well, we're coming towards the end of Jay Sarge's lap, so what we'll do is I will find Mr. Reese Whitcomb. In fact, our championship leader is about to start. Do you want to talk us around a lap, Mr. Hills?
Of course, he's just powering up past the pit straight, opening up DRS. And you want to keep it as short as you possibly can, tight into the wall, cut the corner as much as you can, point yourself straight across towards the 50-metre sign and brake where the curb starts, down to 5th. Oh, we've gone to 4th, actually. Easy to lose traction on the exit. And we're heading up towards where we lost centre, unfortunately. Brake about now, down to 5th. Oh, he's using lower gears than I do. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong. Now, this is an interesting traction zone. It's very easy to lose the back end there. But once you got it straight, it's lovely, because uphill you can get a bit more traction than you can on the flat and downhill, but you've got to get into the corner first. Flicking to the left. I reckon he's running quite a racy low downforce setup, because it looks to me like he's having to use lower gears than you might expect him to. That's a lovely exit there. You can really power out of that one. This is one of my most hated corners in the game. He's supposed to clunk over the curb, which he does. Cut it tight, avoid that curve if you can for better traction, and then power out of it. And then really, not a lot to do down here. Don't know why the speed trap's in this zone, never really understood that. Brake just before the 50-metre, turn in, use the curb on the inside, run it out wide, drift around that one, upshift and go for it.
And he's going to come across the line with a 1 minute 16.6! That is a quick time.
That was. I'd be interested to know what the speed traps are as well, because he looks like he's running quite low downforce to me, because he just seems to be having to work the car in lower gears to kind of keep the nose turning in.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. And it's an interesting point that you mentioned about Senna. We've had two very tragic races in a row, because of course we had Japan last week where we lost I've lost his name now. Jules Bianchi.
Yes, yes. Sorry, when you said last week, I was thinking, have I missed something in the news? Yes, yes. Obviously,
No.
Japan was obviously a messy track, but obviously, yeah. I mean, this was the weekend of Formula One's darkest day in recent memory. Anyway, certainly since the '80s. Anyway, yeah. I mean, you had a horrific crash for Barrichello in the practice session leading up to the race. You had another horrific crash where obviously. The Simtech ended up. Oh God, he absolutely. I think I'm right in saying he buried it deep into the tyres, sideways.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was Ratzenberger. Sorry, and then obviously Senna ended up not wanting to race. Apparently, if you believe various interviews from people at the time, but. Yeah, and everyone had a bad feeling about it, and obviously, yeah, I remember watching it unfolding all live on TV.
Yeah.
I was watching that one, and yeah, with Murray Walker not knowing what to say whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm interesting. I know I'm talking over people driving around very very quickly
on.
here, and but yeah, I do remember that. Interesting. What I was going to say was that I've been listening to the F1 Beyond the Grid back catalogue of podcasts. And one of those was with Claire Williams, I think was the one I was listening to.
Oh, yeah.
And she was saying that it basically Senna was actually dead at the track.
Yeah.
But under Italian law, if you declare a death at a racetrack, the whole event has to be stopped and it can't carry on.
Oh.
Which I didn't know. I mean, I know that it's an absolute nightmare for the legalities.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I didn't know that they actually had to stop the race legally if someone dies at an event.
Yeah, it's one of my saddest things. Is being born in 1995, I never actually got to watch a live race with Ayrton Senna.
Yeah. I mean. Controversial figure. I mean, don't get me wrong, incredible driver, but he does get a little bit of the old rose tint. Oh, just watched Alex drop it at the Variante Alta there. He's now he has to be careful. He doesn't go the wrong direction for too long. He get himself disqualified. Yes, yeah. I mean, he was a bit brutal. Did some questionable things. It wasn't like he was. Wasn't like he was the above criticism.
Yeah.
Obviously, masses of raw talent.
Yes.
But similarly to Schumacher, had some interesting lapses of judgment.
Yeah.
Did some interesting things, but.
You journey with a 1:16.1.
This track does speed up a lot as qualifying continues. It's easy to invalidate around here.
Very easy.
Reese is going out right now to try to have another bash at that and see what he can do about that half a second that he's now got a deficit over from Eugenie too.
Good evening, Mr. Hodgson, our champion in the YouTube chat. And yes, I really, really am a baby hornet, a mere 27 years old.
Yeah, I was obviously only born the year before you. That's not true.
I was going to say, I was fairly certain you were older than that, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, moving on.
Moving swiftly on.
So we were just discussing before this that we've never actually commentated together, have we? So
yes, this is our first ever comms together.
Yeah, so I was thinking we're both kind of a bit Posh Spice, so does that mean that we're the Posh Spice rack?
Oh, now you're just giving Gav ammunition.
Well, yeah, I mean, he usually finds things without needing much encouragement, so I don't think he's really going to gain much by being given things, because he finds plenty himself anyway.
No, that's true.
So,
ooh, Sergeant Uncle Sam is out.
Oh,
he's had a bit of a crash there.
Where's he gone?
I think he went Sector 2. I think I saw his car stop. Well, here comes Corey over the line with a 15.3!
Whoa!
Oh
That's
my
insanity.
gosh!
Okay. Did he take a shortcut?
Oh my gosh!
That's just bonkers.
That is
How's he done that?
unbelievably quick!
Sorry to go quiet on you there. Everything just disappeared off my screen. It's just all come back again. It's all good.
That's alright, but oh my gosh! And a 16 dead from SW as well, my gosh.
I'm just watching G-Star. He's improving as well, but not by that amount.
Chris Bailey pops it into P7 with a 16.8. Let's have a look at Mr.
Reese
G-Star. 2/10 up.
Reese is on a hot lap as well. Reese is improving, but he's not going to improve by that amount. Goodness me.
No, that is unbelievably quick. 16.7 from G-Star. Takes it into P6. Where's Mr. Whitcomb?
He's just coming up to the finish line right now.
Oh, 16.1 though. That's a good lap.
It is, but it's 8/10 off Curry.
I know.
How has he done that?
Where has that lap come from?
I don't know. I'm a bit concerned. Well, anyway, no, I'm joking. But he's obviously one of our newer members as well, isn't he, Corey?
Yeah, he is. He's only been here a matter of weeks, and he comes out and he does this.
Yeah. Impressive stuff. Very, very cool. But so who else is on a hot lap right now?
Not Bergen. Not Bailey.
Not
Saviour
Ant,
is
yeah.
a second up, by the looks of things.
He is. Yes, I was just about to... Oh, he's just backed out of it.
Oh, okay.
Must have...
Yeah, what happened? Well, maybe he just
Oh, I
improved
think
his
he's...
lap.
Yeah, I think he's just done a lap and he was sort of ploughing on because he's only got 30% ERS. So he must have actually just done a lap.
Yeah. Let's jump on board with our about 75-time champ, J Sarge. 6/10 up in the first sector.
There's a lot of people in the pits right now, I'll tell you that much. Lots of outlaps.
Waiting for that final moment to get as much grip as you can for that final run.
Well, I think Sarge is on for a top 10 with this one by the looks of things, if he keeps on improving at the rate he's been improving around the lap.
Oh, he just invalidated.
Oh, he did just as I said that. I do apologise, Jason, sorry about that.
Talk about the commentator's curse. Oh, here comes Slayer around the final corner. I think he might have backed out because his ERS isn't moving down very much.
Yeah, I think at the moment we've got very few people to talk about on track. Should we talk about something else?
Yeah, we've used our Senna chat too soon.
No, well, yeah, there's always plenty of Senna chat, but yeah, I mean, I've seen this track in lots of different configurations over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for a while you had, obviously, you didn't have the chicane out the back. That was obviously put in post the Senna accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there used to be a chicane just before the start-finish straight as well.
Okay.
So basically, where the pit lane entrance is, you used to make a left and then a right.
Okay. I did not know that.
It goes to show how old I am that I remember playing that on PlayStation games that had that corner in. So.
Wow. I mean, I think the first F1 game I remember having is F1 2001?
Well, whatever the first
2?
one was, I had that.
Okay. You got started
on the
before
PS1.
me.
Yeah, it was like one of the. It was. I think it was. I don't think it wasn't a launch title on the PS1, but it was an early title on the PS1.
Yeah.
And it had terrible commentary from Murray Walker. Look at that! He used to say it all the time, just over and over. Look at that!
Oh my gosh.
But I actually used to play Jeff Crammon's Grand Prix 2 on the Commodore Amiga.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My gosh.
So, Chris Bailey is just starting his lap now. Let's see what he's going to do, shall we?
Let's jump on board with the blowhole. He hasn't had much screen time recently. looking like
I
he's got a
find that
very planted setup.
Yeah, I find that chicane very peculiar, and this corner's a very easy one to get wrong as well.
Oh, yeah.
He does that nicely, though. Wide line into this one. No, he's gone a bit
down
tighter.
On his time.
Yeah, a little bit tighter probably into that corner than you wanted to be. Ideally, you wanted to have a late turn in on that one.
Yeah. Oh, he carries some good speed through there, though.
This one's, you've got to be so committed on the brakes in that one. It's very easy to overrun and find yourself out on the curbs on the outside. Yeah, he's just very slightly up. I think he's going to be oh, and he's
Yeah,
the blowholes. The blowholes blown it. Oh dear. So
that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Surely he's not gonna be, but let's see if Corey's up on his time through the first sector. Because if he
no.
is, I call hacks.
He's not.
It's not far off, mind.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. 0.26 down. He's not even trying. He's catching some traffic as well, I think, by the looks of it. That's going to distract him.
If you can't get into the 14s, you're not trying, Corey.
I think he's going to end up bailing on this one.
Ooh,
yeah, that's messed him up a little bit, unfortunately. It's such a hard track to get out of the way on.
He's just up on his time, though. Very minorly.
Oh, crikey, how's he managed that? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? It goes to show that he's got actually more time in the tank than he just displayed.
That's actually revolting. And he's going to get a nice little slipstream down to the line here from a Haas.
He is. He's not going to get a 14, is he?
Oh!
For God's sake. If he hadn't caught some traffic in there, he would have been in the 14s.
He would have. That is unbelievable. Oh, Reese Whitcomb has spun just as I jumped on board with him. Oh, he's going into the pit lane. Oh, that's the thing. Okay.
So remind us of this of the point situation with the championship.
Reese Whitcomb needs to outscore Eugenie by 14 points to be guaranteed the championship.
That's quite. So he needs a very big points haul, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Eugenie's sitting very comfortably in P2 right now.
He is. So that's going to be a tall order. But it's not impossible. I mean, you know, anything can happen.
Yeah, indeed.
But,
and this won't be the final championship decided this week either, because if you tune into Tier 4 people, this could be the week that 38 takes the championship, because I believe with his penalty last week, he hasn't been able to take it. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, the interesting thing is that the other side effect, I don't know whether people are aware, is that each of the tier champions is getting a choice of track for season 10.
They are
so
indeed.
If Reese can pull one out of the bag tonight and 38 manages to win on Wednesday, then we can confirm the entire season 10 calendar at the end of the week.
I'm just warning you all now, if any champion picks Monaco, there is going to be hell to pay.
I believe there's a short list of tracks they have to choose from to fit into our theme, which is the classics.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I don't know whether you've seen, but we've the whole season is designed to be a bit of a celebration of 10 seasons of doing this, basically. So it's all classic tracks, and we're maybe seeing some changes to graphics and things like that will be coming along the line as well.
Getting very exciting. Oh, and 30 has a quali ban for next week. Oh no, for this week rather. That is not going to help the championship fight there.
Or it's going to make it very exciting, one of the two.
It's going to make it very exciting. But we are done with qualifying.
I'm so done with qualifying. To be honest with you, I think everybody else probably just gave up and went home when they saw Corey stick in that time. Actually, to be fair to Eugenie,
he got into the 15s.
Yes, he just outside half a second slower. So. Yeah, I don't think we were expecting to see a 14, and we very, very nearly got it.
Yeah, indeed. So let's quickly run through the qualifying positions. Corey sets an absolutely disgusting time of 15.1 and gets first, followed by Eujoni, SW, Reese Whitcomb in 4th, Anton in 5th, Alex Agirik, G-Star Snipes, Chris Bailey, J Sarge, and Xavier takes P10. Francie 5 in P11, followed by Laurentia, BRD Calvin, Chatty Duck, Bergen, Loppy, Banstorp, Slayer, Gibban, and Sergeant Uncle Sam comes home in P20. So, Martin, do you have any predictions for the win today?
So, the thing is, has Corey managed to do that by having some crazy setup that's not going to race well? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, based on pace and the fact he's starting first, it's kind of hard to see past that. But yeah, is he running something that's a bit TT-ish that's going to end up being a big handful once it's got a load of fuel in it and tyre wear and less than ideal conditions? And obviously we have this possibility of it not being an entirely predictable weather race as well.
Yeah, and I mean, Mr. Eujoni, once he gets out into the race, I mean, it's very rare that you see the man step a foot wrong.
No, indeed. I think Reese is going to have a good race as well. I think Reese has probably got a fair bit of speed and the ability to deploy it fairly reliably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a competitive top 10 this week, isn't it?
It is a very
look at who's there.
Top 10.
I mean, Saviour's down in 10th this week.
Yeah, that's unusual for Xavier. He's normally very, very quick in qualifying. Not that I'm sure his time was slow. I'm sure his time was still rapidly quick, but just not quite on the par with the rest, unfortunately. So let's have a look at tyres. We've got not many people on the mediums. We've got Reese has gone for mediums, Anton, G-Star, Chris Bailey, J Sarge, BRD Calvin, Banstorp Slayer and Sergeant Uncle Sam, and everyone else is starting on the hard tyres.
The hards were pretty horrible for the first couple of laps. I couldn't get them off the line either.
Yeah, my brother was saying that as I was race engineering him, that they just took so long to heat up.
Yeah, I mean, once they do, though, they're not really much slower than the mediums.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, once they get going, but it's you've got to wait probably... It's at least 3 laps, maybe even 4 before they start feeling good. But I mean, that was why I was sat out there desperately hoping for a safety car to happen, because I was quite comfortably, kind of keeping pace with the guys behind me. And also, I mean, obviously, Dare snuck past with the DRS, but to be honest with you, I could have carried on going, to be honest with you, but just gave up I gave up waiting. And also, the game yet again wouldn't let me have any soft tyres, which was a bit bizarre.
That's really bizarre.
Yeah, I get it all the time. It seems to happen regularly. I don't have any soft tyres available. But there we are. So, Banstorp and Laupy must have come together somewhere.
Yeah, they must have done.
The outlap there.
But everyone seems to, so far, be getting into their pit boxes quite reliably.
I'm just looking at the angle of who's that? Who's that? there's a Haas and a Red Bull up the front there, which must be
SW and Ant, I guess.
They're at very funky angles compared to everybody else.
They are going very aggressive. So here we go, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are away! And we've got a terrible camera angle to start. I apologise for that. This is beyond just... Here we go. Corey's had a fantastic... We've got some wing flying away.
There's an Alpine in the wall in the pit lane. It's Calvin. No. He's out.
Calvin's out.
He is missing wheels. There was carbon fibre flying everywhere.
That's a disappointing start for Calvin, but we carry on. Doesn't look like we're getting a safety car.
Unlikely with the amount of time they've got before they get back round there, probably.
Yeah. Eujoni has had a bit of a rotten start, down to P4. Reese Whitcomb has got himself up to P3.
I'm watching a little bit further back to see what's happening. Everyone else looks like they're kind of heading along fairly cleanly. But that was a big incident, so I'd be surprised if there wasn't somebody else involved in it, to be honest with you. I'm just looking to see whether I can see any damaged cars back here.
Yeah, that looked like it should have been a multi-car incident.
Do you want... just looking at Calvin's car, it's not... Oh, and there's a Haas gone sideways there as well, which is Chatty Duck. Chatty Duck, he's managed to keep it out of the wall, but he was
Good.
pointing entirely the wrong direction.
Not what you want on the first lap.
No, and what I was going to say was Gibbons' Alpine has got marks all over the side pods, so I don't know whether the two Alpines had a bit of a up close and personal moment.
Yeah, could have had a bit of a coming together there on the start. Corey's looking very, very comfortable out in P1, pulling out 0.7 of a second over the first lap. So his setup is still looking quite racy.
Yes. And this is the thing.
Very wide there, though.
These guys on the mediums need to make inroads the second that DRS happens, because if they don't, they're going to be screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless the safety cars help them, which is exactly what happened in Tier 2.
Yeah, all of the medium runners were so grateful for that safety car.
Yes. Yeah. Just having a look at... So is anybody likely to try to do anything unusual? See, I worked out that actually you could go hard, soft.
Okay, yeah, you did, to be fair. You took those a long way.
Those hard... Yeah, they would have kept going as well, but in practice, the softs, I reckon, will do 10 laps.
Okay.
Especially at the end of the race as well.
Yeah.
So I do wonder whether anyone will do anything bold. Obviously, you've got to look after your tyres to get through to lap 22 on one set, but
and you've got to pray there's not a safety car at a bad moment.
Yeah, this is true. Although actually, it's the thing is here, the walls are never very far away, are they? So
no.
And it's also a very narrow track. It's such a hard track to overtake on. It's so hard to overtake.
Well, that's the issue, is that it's not designed for cars this big. Oh, we've got Agirik is out. He's not out, he's still going, actually, but he's had a big moment.
He has, I just saw that happen, actually. I noticed Sarge is carrying wing damage as well. He's got an end plate missing.
Is he? Yes, he is. But he's keeping a nice gap to Saviour, even with the damage.
Yeah, I had front wing damage for nearly the whole race, actually, so it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference around here for some reason. But
certain tracks, I don't know what it is, but wing damage just really doesn't seem to cause an issue.
No, I think it's because there's not a lot of super high speed long corners.
Yeah.
Most of the corners are kind of medium speed or quite short, or low speed, and it's about having a really stable back end more than the front end, I think, around here.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, let's see if Chris Bailey can get the move done on G-Star here. He catches a little bit of grass, but with the DRS he gets the move done. Very nicely there from Mr. Bailey.
Good stuff. Corey is still... These guys at the front are still very close together.
Can we see the tyres, please? Of course you can. There we go. Yeah, I mean, Corey, he's not pulling a gap, but he's not losing any time at the same time. No,
I mean, he could be biding his time, could be kind of taking it easy.
What's interesting is Reese really seems to be struggling on those medium tyres. He's 1.3 behind SW now.
Well, again, it could be a bit of tyre management going on. I was just actually looking at Corey's got loads of ERS left as well. I was watching him going through the Variante Alto on board, and he's still very high levels of ERS, and his tyres are all at nice temperatures as well, because it was a nice close up on the dashboard on his wheel, and I could see tyres weren't looking particularly hot or anything. So he's maybe he has actually just got a very good setup, and he's really quick.
He's got the knack for the track.
What a bugger. Just behind him, though, Reese is getting very close to the... Ugoni's getting very close to the back of Reese.
Yeah, he can smell Reese's diffuser. He's so close behind him.
Yeah, he's going to try and clamber over him in a minute, to be honest with you.
But he just doesn't seem to have the pace down the streets. And Reese has actually been spamming his ERS, so Ugoni's been looking after his quite nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, out of that top 5, actually no, Bailey is using absolutely using so much ERS, but yeah, he's obviously working quite hard to try to shut that gap.
Yeah,
it's a 3.2 second gap to bridge. It's almost impossible around here to catch up when you've got a big space of air in front of you, especially if you're the lead car out of a DRS train, which he slightly is, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a bit, unfortunately.
G-Star's starting to fall out of that DRS window, isn't he?
He is starting to, yeah. He might have had a moment
he's just got back in it. He just got back inside it again.
Mark Hodgson, what does a diffuser smell like? Well, it depends how long you've been behind it. If you've been behind it for a while, it smells like disappointment.
So yeah, I'm just having a look back. Where have we got a closer battle? We've got Banstorp and Laurentier very close together at the moment.
They are.
Banstorp's got obviously the softer tyre on as well.
He has.
And actually,
he needs to start making inroads if he's going to make that strategy work.
Yeah, he's got a bit more ERS available to him than the car in front as well. There's a lot of people who just... Yeah, well, it's enough to give you an extra bit just to get past in that DRS zone.
Yeah, true. But Laurentia's looking very, very racy through them. And I say that he runs wide, and Banstorp takes P10.
And Bergen's taken P11 as well.
Yeah.
So that was a double lose, unfortunately.
That was a very unfortunate place to run wide there. Let's jump on board with Mr. Ant, who is 0.3 of a second behind, coming onto the DRS straight. Can he get the move done on Saviour? Here he comes.
Very racy.
He is looking very racy, and he's gaining. Does he have the time? Saviour goes to the inside to defend. Oh, it is so close. Oh, I think there was a little bit of contact. He's round! Oh, no! That is a difficult place to overtake, unfortunately.
Yeah, if you're gonna the thing is, if someone's outside you in that corner, they've got to turn right when they get to the right hand part of that chicane. So you've got to expect them to understeer to the left towards you. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's have a look at some other cars going around.
Corey's just had a bit of a moment, and SW is now right up his chuff.
Yes, he is. He is.
Oh, and Ugoni's got past Reese at some point. He's in P3. We've missed that one.
We have. Sorry about that, Ugoni.
Very good move. Well done, Ugoni. I'm sure it was worthy of screen time if I'd noticed. I apologise.
He's one of those names I have no idea whether I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I've absolutely no idea. Ugoni.
Where's he from?
Good question. I can have a quick little peek on Discord.
Oh, quickly look at Corey! Look at Corey and SW!
This is so close! Oh, he just backs out.
Oh, bit of kissing.
Oh, but he runs wide. Can he get the move done? He's holding that line.
Word.
Oh, little bit of wheel bashing there. I think Corey's just going to hold on to it for the moment.
I'm holding my breath. Oh, he's gone. Oh dear.
Oh! He just backs out there.
I think he had to, really. I think if he hadn't, then he would have gained an unfair advantage by running wide at the top of the hill, wouldn't he?
Absolutely. That's some very respectful racing by SW there. But he's still right on the back and is in a... Oh, Corey had a moment coming out of that corner. SW's in a very good position to the pit straight.
And also a wild Ugoni has appeared right behind them.
Oh, he has. Could Corey lose 2 places down this straight?
Well,
Oh, he got a nice exit though.
Brought themselves backwards into into the field catching up. So
Chris Bailey's suddenly in P4 as well. He's gained a place. Here he goes. He's gaining. He can't quite get the move done on the straight again. Oh, some contact there. But they've both managed to keep going.
Sense of a teeny bit of frustration happening here.
I think a little bit, yeah.
We're going to.
Oh, he's run wide.
Going to see some barge boards flying if we see too much more of that.
Joni is now sticking on the back.
Yeah, I was going to say, now SW is looking vulnerable. Because Joni's got 78% ERS. And SW's got 13.
Yeah. So he's in a great position, actually.
Yeah.
This is where Ugoni's a really smart racer. He looks after his ERS so carefully through the whole race.
Corey's just picked up a penalty.
He has. That is not what he wanted right now.
And his rear end is flashing.
Ooh, could this be the SW is a bit further back. Giban's out. Giban is out, but it's a safety car.
I'm just having a look to see where Giban gone. Oh, he's gone on the exit of... Oh, it's up at the bottom of the hill. He's gone on the bottom of the hill.
That absolutely disgusting traction zone.
Yeah, unfortunately it was a tricky one. Now, I was going to say, everyone's putting...
Yeah. Get off those medium tyres.
Yeah, this, again, is actually a tricky safety car timing for the people on the hards.
Do you know what else is interesting? J-Sarge is on a set of softs.
Oh.
Now, was that a mistake, or is this just a very, very odd strategy call?
Well, he's certainly not going to... Well, I shouldn't say he's certainly not going to get to the end, because I'll say that and he'll do 22 laps on a set of softs now. But
I
I'd
would
be
surprised.
surprised. Yes, I'd be very, very surprised. Interestingly, Chris Bailey hasn't pitted. Had he already gone past the pit entrance at the time that safety car happened?
No, because Corey hadn't gone past the pit entrance yet.
Right, yeah, I flicked back to see where everybody... to try to work out where Giban had gone.
Wow,
oh,
so that's
he's in the chat, he said, my first and only mistake.
Oh, Giban.
Well, good on you for giving it a go.
Yeah, I mean, good on you. I mean, I'm at no point am I even considering trying no assists at this point.
So just looking at who has pitted is Ujoni. He's gone to the mediums. He's gone to the mediums.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be a push. I wouldn't want to be doing 20 laps on the mediums. I think they're supposed to do about 18.
Yeah.
As a maximum, I seem to remember. I think that's what it said on the practice info.
Unless he's planning for a few more safety cars and is just being very hopeful. J-Sarge is back in the pit, so I'm thinking those soft tyres were a mistake.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yes, the game's very good at putting you on a tyre that you don't want.
Well, it's also very easy to be trying to select something, just get your timing wrong slightly and select the wrong one, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's face it, we've all done that, haven't we? Yeah, I suddenly feel like Ujoni and particularly G-Star and Reese,
yeah,
they're all sitting kind of, I think, yeah, G-Star and Reese are looking pretty good here, because they are not going to be pitting again, and I think probably just about everybody else will have to. Yeah. Ujoni might not have to, but he's going to be like a snail at the end, including the gloopy under tray that slides around on slippery surfaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have very little grip on that medium by the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean, If he can take them to the end and stay competitive, then massive congratulations to the man. But nothing against him, but I have very little faith in those tyres lasting that long.
I think they'll do it distance-wise. I just think that they'll be they'll be a lot slower than they were to start off with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really. It's a low deg track.
Yeah.
Tires, the tires go off quite slowly here compared to everywhere else. So here we go.
Yes, let's see where Corey's gonna go. He's still holding them back. He's gone. And SW has not been caught sleeping at all.
No, that was an interesting choice.
But Corey does have a very low setup because SW cannot make any gains down that straight. Bergen's got half an eye at getting past his teammate, but can't quite carry the speed, so Chris Bailey lives to fight another day. Oh, we've got someone's gone round. It's Loppy. Floppy Loppy's gone round.
Looked a bit like he just lost it. I think I didn't see any contact.
That's unfortunate. It's a very easy part of the track to lose it on.
I think there might have been because Xavier has no front wing.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and there's now people crawling all over the place trying to get past him. That's the thing is when you have a damaged car, people behind you don't know that you've got a damaged car, so they end up trying to get past you, and you understeer all over the place, and then they end up off track trying to avoid you. And personally, I try to make it obvious that I'm damaged and get out of the way, off the line and stuff. But
exactly.
Maybe I'm too charitable.
Not fighting hard enough, Martin.
No.
Tell you what, Chris Bailey on those mediums has opened up a 2-second gap to Bergen.
Yeah.
He's keeping him racy.
Yeah, I mean, Chris was very quick in practice, so it doesn't surprise me.
Chris is always one of the biggest enigmas in this whole league, who can be unbelievably rapid in practice and then just be sitting for P7 for a lot of race, and he can be unbelievably slow in practice and then come out and sit in P2 for a whole race. You just cannot take his practice pace as anything.
Yeah, I don't often see him slow in practice, to be honest with you, but I do know what you mean. But he is deploying lots of ERS to open this gap up, or at least to stay with those two cars at the front. His tyres aren't going to be feeling great by now. They'll be okay, but they won't be feeling super smashing. Whereas Corey and SW are obviously making their escape, and their tyres will now be kind of just getting into the window and warming up again at the moment.
Yeah, exactly, and they can go easily for another 10 laps yet.
Mark Hodgson says Chris is the ultimate sandbag. He just gets it the wrong way around. Wow, saucer of milk to table Hodge.
That's one way to put it, yeah. Oh dear. Oh, I think Slayer's at a moment. Is that Slayer at the back?
Udoni's looking like he's definitely ready to get past Jutty Duck.
Yeah, those medium tyres are heating up nicely now.
Yeah, well, they've been on the car for 4 laps now. He needs to get a move on. There we go, and he's got some good traction up the hill. So be bold to make it into that corner. Yeah, not really a place to pass, but he's just. I think he's expressing his desire to be in front.
That's the polite way of putting it, yes.
Yes, if you don't get out of my way, I might actually poke my car's nose into your wing mirror.
Yes. Yes, I think there's probably a few more expletives coming out of Ugoni than that, but yes.
If you don't move your dashed car, I'll be blinking cross with you.
I'm sure those are the exact words that the Italian is saying. So yes, I did look up his nationality, and this is his home race.
Is he? He's Italian?
He is Italian.
Oh, arrivederci. Italian is not a language I'm good with, unfortunately.
I was going to say, you just said goodbye to him, so I mean...
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, Doppio Cafe Latte or something, I don't know.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So the field is very much still together. There's not an awful lot of breathing space between anybody. Ugoni's still sat there behind Chatty Duck.
Trouble is, he's at the back of a little train here because
He is.
Chatty Duck has the DRS on Bergen, so not an easy one for him.
Oh, there's a move happening further back. I missed who it was.
Reese Whitcomb, by the looks of things,
Yeah.
has got past G-Star.
Yeah, and I think G-Star got a massive snap of oversteer out of the chicane there.
Let's see if Ugoni has the traction to get this done now.
Corey boshes in the fastest lap there.
Yeah, not too surprising given his pace. No, Chatty Duck is just pulling away from him down the straight. And he's having half a look at Bergen. Oh, he can't quite get it done. SW's got past Corey spun!
He has.
He's
I
gone.
just watched it happen.
Oh,
Oh, that's unlucky. That's so unlucky. He's been doing so well.
he was having a flawless race.
Oh man. Oh,
Oh,
and,
you go!
Goni's-
Yes! He's done it! Chatty Duck had a slight moment.
Ugoni, he goni. Sorry.
Nice.
So, yeah, I guess by sort of Latin pronunciations, he's Ugoni.
Ugoni, yes, I would guess so.
And
That
now
sounds
he's,
about right to me.
He's indicating to Bergen that he... Oh, Bergen's made a mistake and he's going to drive straight past
Here
him.
he goes.
Well, that was a bit easier, wasn't it?
It was. And now he's desperately going to be tracking down Mr. Bailey.
He's not got far to go either.
No, indeed.
He's straight into the DRS. Boom, window open.
Yeah.
Big flappy slit open at the back there. You can see it's very red. His
Yeah.
big red slit is open. Dear, sorry.
God.
No, like a post box, you know?
Oh yeah, that's what you were thinking. Okay.
Got a filthy mind. Yes. Moving on. This is interesting. So, we've now got the guy who's in third may not have to stop again. Oh my goodness, he's just driven straight past Chris up the hill.
Yeah, there goes Ugoni is gone again.
How did he do that? Did Chris make a mistake?
Maybe he had a snap of oversteer. I was reading Mark's comment, so I missed it. We can blame Mark Hodgson for that one not being on stream. Or if it was on stream, I just missed it.
It's Hodgie's fault, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, without a doubt. So
Disgraceful.
now let's see what happens to this gap. So now this is the first time he's been in clear air, so I'm going to be interested to see what pace he's actually got. Because he's been stuck behind somebody for the entire first 17 laps.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see what his true pace is now.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mr.
And
Whitcomb is closing down on Chatty Duck as well. But being in that DRS train, he just can't get a move done again.
Chatty Duck's got a very slippery car down the straight, hasn't he?
He does. It is very, very quick.
Because he's got stuff all ERS left, but no one seems to be able to catch him.
Oh my gosh. Mark says it was on stream. Well, it's your fault for distracting me then, so I can still blame you.
Reese is tucked up quite close behind Chatty Duck at the moment. It's not going to take a lot for him to get past. I mean, it's one of those tracks where you can sort of... I do know, you know, it's definitely a track where you can feel pressured into a mistake.
Absolutely.
Oh, just like
speaking of which, there goes Reese.
That was impressive. That was, yeah, he's just... Yep, just sit there, apply the pressure, wait for the other person to fall off the track. That's kind of... that's a lesson that I think a lot of people find hard to remember in the heat of the moment. but
Yeah.
sometimes it is worth just sitting there and applying pressure rather than trying to go for some audacious move on
Yeah.
a part of the track where there isn't actually overtaking as an opportunity. Realistically, it's better to just put the pressure on and wait for them to make the mistake.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, someone's had a moment that might be Slayer
It looks like
in sector 2.
Ferrari. There's a Ferrari in the pit. It's Corey again.
Oh, Corey's in the pits.
Or is that his first stop? That's his first stop, isn't it?
Oh,
That
he's
is
out
his
of the
pit stop.
session.
Oh. His car is coming back onto the track.
Okay.
Okay.
We
well,
might
the
see
less
that
we
one in the
say
stewards a
about-
bit later.
Yes. That's. Oh! He's just caused an accident.
Oh,
Something crashed
no!
into him. Someone's crashed into him. I was on
Oh,
board
that was
with him.
Saviour by the looks of it.
Oh, now
Oh,
that is.
no.
And it's caused a safety car.
Oh,
Safe-
no.
Oh dear. Well, I suspect this is going to be a significant topic of discussion amongst the stewards later on, because that's...
Yes.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, so what does
Move past
Ugoni
it,
do
talk
here?
about something
Ugoni
else.
pits, and so does
Yeah,
SW, and off goes
Ugoni can
Reese.
go for whatever tyre he wants to, so he's going to have another medium available, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and yep, there he goes on for a
Yep,
fresh
there
set
you
of
go.
mediums.
Which puts... I'm surprised Chatty Duck stayed out, because his tyres are going to be feeling pretty rubbish already.
Yeah, I'm very surprised he didn't pit.
He's gone for the old, don't sacrifice track position, but they're going to be sludgy by the end of the end of the race. Those tyres.
Yeah.
And currently, we've only got 3 people who got a penalty. We've got Banstorp's got 3 seconds. Alex has got 3 seconds, and the Slayer has 6.
Now,
It's a very easy track to make mistakes at and run wide. To be fair.
have I missed something?
Or
Or G-Star's tyres are interesting.
G-Star's tyres are incorrect. That's what you mean.
I for incorrect, sir.
Yes. It's an interesting choice. Bold.
Either that,
think-
he's got foresight, and the heavens are gonna open very quickly in the next lap.
At the moment, it seems like he's struggling to just get round the track. I don't know.
Oh, G-Star, that was
I'm going to make a wild prediction here. He's about to pit again.
Do you think?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Rain in 5
So-
mins, apparently. Well, I'll give you that one, Boothie, but that is a little bit preemptive getting on the intermediates now.
The sky is a bit grey when you go on board, and I'm sat on board with Reese looking up at the
Yeah.
clouds. There are a few clouds.
It is looking a bit grey,
Yeah, a little bit.
but
Not massively. But you know how this game works, it can suddenly change quite quickly.
do you know what, though? G-Star's staying out.
So my prediction was entirely incorrect.
It was indeed a
The
bold
thing is-
prediction that proved to be wrong.
Well, this won't be the first time that I've made a bold prediction that's wrong. So, has Chatty Duck pitted at all?
No.
No. So,
He's waiting for that wet stuff, I think.
yeah. I mean, if it happens, then it's all gravy. I'm
Loppy's
looking
gone
at
for the
people's on
softs.
boards.
So he obviously thinks it's not going to rain enough to warrant wet tyres.
I don't know. You've kind of got to base your tyre choice on what the weather is doing at the time you change the tyres,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Because even if it does start raining, who's to say it rains enough to actually even warrant an intermediate?
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know, we've seen it plenty of times where actually you just end up with a few splots of rain, and it's still a soft. You know, the softs can be the best tyre, can't they? So
yeah, exactly. Or the heavens can open, and over the course of 2 laps, you go from a set of hards to a set of intermediates.
Safety car is coming in.
Here we go. Let's see when Reese is going to go. He's, I don't think... Actually, yes, I think he might have enough points on Ugoni currently.
Oh gosh, yes, I've completely forgotten about that. There's a championship.
So he's 25 versus 6. He's got 19 points on Ugoni as it stands.
And we've still got a third with the race left.
And it's suddenly getting very, very dark on this track.
It is looking darker, it has to be said. But having said that, G-Star is plummeting backwards.
Yeah, those Inters are not quite ready yet. But I guess he's hoping that he'll make the places up when everyone else has to pit.
The track's not quite damp enough. Oh, who's that? Chatty Ducks just had a massive moment, and
he has.
Lots of people just went past him. That was all very odd. There was just, I could just see rear ends flying all over the place.
Ooh. And 3 seconds for Francie 5 there. Sorry, I'm just... Right, moving swiftly on from that one as well.
I think have we got a lapped car in here somewhere?
Yes, I think Mr. Slayer has been lapped.
I'm seeing blue light boards lighting up all over the place around the track when I ride on board.
Slayer has been lapped, unfortunately.
And the penalties are starting to kick in now.
They are. As this track is getting colder, traction is getting worse.
Well, and also it is very easy to run wide. It's quite hard to avoid penalties here, to be honest with you. I'm riding on board waiting to see if I see any spots of rain, and nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening yet.
No, yes, I know, yet, okay, alright.
We've still got 9 laps yet. Oh, Francie's gone! Francie's suddenly down in P14, he's had a big moment.
And Chatty Duck's tyres are struggling all over the place now. He's just getting passed. Every time he goes up the hill, someone's driving straight past him on the traction.
Yeah. Interesting point from Giban. Apparently Ugoni is driving with little front wing damage. See if we can spot that. Yes, he's missing an end plate, no less.
Oh, so he is. No, yes, he is, isn't he? Yes.
Very good spot, Giban. Well done. You're a commentator in the making, my friend.
Unfortunately, he's got nothing better to do in this race. Sorry.
Poor Giban.
I know, that was a bit mean. DRS is now enabled. G-Star hasn't actually gone to the back. He's actually improved slightly. We've got some people pitting. We've got Laupi and Vanstorp have both pitted. Why is that? They've gone
both
to Inters.
On the Inters! Right, I'm riding on board for the icy wet stuff. Now I'm on board.
Yes, it is raining.
It is definitely raining.
Alright, now G-Star's going to bloody win now, isn't he? Now we've poked fun at him.
I know, he's pulled the ultimate strategy here, potentially.
Wow, how much wear has he put into those tyres, though? That's the question, isn't it, really?
That is very, very true. There are still 8 laps to go.
Anton's out. He's gone.
Oh, that's a weird place to go. That is very much a wet weather incident, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it's a safety car, so is everybody gonna get in and get those in on now, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm just on board with Vanstorp to see if I can see this car. No, he's disappeared. No, he's not. There he is. He's backwards in the middle of the track on the exit.
Oh.
Interesting.
Reese stays out?
Stays out?
Ooh, SW
dear.
tried to make a very late call, but there were cars who had raced beside him, so SW has had to stay out as well.
Oh, really? Everybody behind has just pitted. Everybody, literally
and here comes
every single car.
Suddenly on the podium.
Here comes G-Star for a win at this rate, because those two cars are gonna have to. They're gonna have to get off those tyres, surely.
Well, Alex Ajiric has stayed out as well.
But there's puddles. There are now puddles.
There are now puddles. This is definitely intermediate weather now.
Yeah, the rain's coming down hard. I'm just looking at the cars behind the safety car. It looked to me like they were struggling to get up the hill.
Yeah, they are not happy, are they?
No, I mean Reese has obviously smelt that championship, hasn't he?
He has. But interestingly, Mark's made the point, if Reese wins, Ugoni needs third to keep it alive. Now, Ugoni's in 11th, but he is on the intermediate tyres. Will this end up playing into Ugoni's hands?
I wouldn't want to be in those conditions on a set of hards, would you?
No, I absolutely would not.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like he's struggling for traction behind the safety car.
Yeah, it does. Gibbon seems to think it's not going to rain for very long. But there are tyre tracks running through the rain on the track, so...
Oh yeah, totally.
I have very little faith in the hard tyres right now.
Yeah, I mean, his tyre temperature has dropped to the 70s now. He's going to have to give up. He's given up.
There you go.
Unfortunately, that is now going to put him at the back.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unfortunately, it was a bad decision to stay out on those hard tyres.
Yeah, he and SW have obviously both come in, and they've stacked as well, obviously, because they're the same. Got Alex. Alex has gone in there and stacked behind him. Whoa, what's going on with the spray in the pit lane? It looks like they're driving through a river.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
What's going on? Looks like a pea super. How bizarre.
Oh my gosh. Well, Ugoni's going to want to gain a few places now to make that gap as little as possible going into Silverstone.
The man who's now going to be laughing, particularly at me, is G-Star.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, you didn't exactly contradict what I was saying.
Well, no, I can say on behalf of both of us, we apologise, G-Star, and you are the tactician that Ferrari need. Because you have pulled an absolute blinder here, my friend.
Well, I guess it's worth a gamble, isn't it, when you're kind of staring down the barrel of out of the points result? Because wasn't he down in about 12th or 13th or something at the time?
Yeah, he was, and he's turned it round. Fair play to him.
And he has no penalties either.
Yeah, that's very true. And let's have a quick look at the penalties, actually. So we've got 3 seconds for Sergeant Uncle Sam, Laurentier, Banstorp, Francie 5, SW, Alex Ajiric, and Slayer has 6. So Chatty Duck's in a good position for a podium right now, if he can hold on.
He is. Yeah. I'm struggling to see anything. The spray on the onboard is... There's something glitching here because I can't see anything on the onboard camera. It's like they're on fire. What is happening?
G-Star has gone. He went very early. And he's pulled out a very slight gap on Sergeant Uncle Sam, but Laurentia's not far behind either. Chatty Duck's been caught sleeping a little bit there. Didn't expect them to go so early.
I don't know whether I imagined it. I could have sworn I just saw a car bounce off the pit wall. I'm having an insane glitch where the spray is so crazy I can barely see the cars.
Either that, you are so old that you are officially going senile.
You can go off people, you know. Just watching... Reese is making some progress now. He's just gone around the outside of Francie 5 at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, very nice move there. Yeah, Ugoni's not making the inroads that he really needs to yet.
It's just so hard to pass here, isn't it? That's the thing.
Oh, he's having half a look at
though.
Bailey. Oh, and Bailey had a moment. And he's got the move done.
That was a reverse commentator's curse.
It was.
We said he's not doing the thing he needs to do, and he immediately did it.
You are welcome, Ugoni. My powers know no bounds. I can curse people and I can save them. Who knew? Oh, and Reese has been... Oh, he's fighting with Bergen. He's managed to just hold on to 10th position. Bergen's having a look. Can he get the move done? He's on the inside. Oh, he had to cut the corner.
Sorry, I'm making noises because Banstorp and J-Sarge are almost sharing the same space.
And very respectfully, Bergen has handed the place back to Reese. Let's have a look at
Sarge.
Ooh, yeah.
Sarge looks very, very quick at the moment. It looks like he's got a lot more pace than he's able to display.
I have to say, J-Sarge is a man who is very, very reliable in wet weather.
And just behind, so Chris has sort of lost out in this tyre melee, hasn't he, a little bit?
Yeah, he has a bit. Reese Whitcomb gets himself up to 9th. He is starting to make those moves quickly now.
Yeah, he's now zoning in on the back of Chris, in fact.
Yeah.
Who himself is tucked up behind Ujoni, who is obviously tucked up behind Sarge, who's tucked up behind Banstorp.
Yeah, this is a very long train by here.
Yeah, it's not going to take an awful lot. You know, just one error from anybody in that group and passing is going to happen, isn't it?
Exactly. You've got to stay so calm in that situation. Ooh, I didn't notice that. G-Star's lost out to Sergeant Uncle Sam at some point.
Oh, how did we miss that?
Yeah.
Well, he's got to open up don't forget, he's got to open up a 3-second gap to be able to take this win.
SW's out. He just said he left the session. I don't know if it's a connection issue.
No, it must be a connection issue because everyone is still going. So so I'm just having a look at Uncle Sam. Can he do it? He's pulled out a second in roughly a lap. He just needs to do that 2 more times, and he could win.
Oh, bit of contact there.
G-Star just basically straight lined the chicane and has now given himself a 3-second penalty, which means that this is now a race for the win on the track.
It is, yeah.
Everyone in the top 4 is now carrying a 3-second penalty.
But tell you who's looking very good all of a sudden is J-Sarge. With all those penalties.
He is, isn't he? Especially if he can make a move. Oh my word, there's a squeeze, but he's going to get the move done. He's going to. Oh God, no! They've just done a Bottas and Russell.
Oh no!
Oh, there's bits everywhere. That was a bit unfortunate. I'm not sure what happened there. I couldn't see because of the spray, but there was a bit of jostling, and it was very much like in a second, J-Sarge is going to pull up next to whoever that was and storm across to him and smack him on top of his helmet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that looked like a very odd one. It didn't seem to be it didn't seem to be an error from Sarge. I don't know whether they just interlocked wheels very slightly.
Yeah, it could have just been a very slight mistake, unfortunately. Rob, yes, you can see the penalties as they stand now. So the top 3 have 3 seconds, and Banstorp has 6 seconds, so that's really going to chuck him down the order a bit, given how close everything is. 5 seconds for J-Sarge, 11 for Alex Agieric. So yeah, I mean, those without penalties right now are looking very, very comfortable. Ujoni, Chris Bailey, Reese Whitcomb.
So what's the So the gap to the lead. So yeah, Ujoni is on for a win still at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah,
oh no, sorry,
actually,
I've got the wrong. Is he? What's
It's
the gap
not
to the-
far
yeah,
off, yeah.
The gap to the leader is to Ujoni is 3 seconds.
1.1, it's 2.9 at the moment. Oh, he's got the
There's
move
less
done.
now.
Oh, is he going to get the move done? Is he going to pull it off? Banstorp's
He is.
fighting hard, but he's got it done.
He's through. Yeah.
But they lost a lot of time.
There's a queue. He's still within. He's still within. Ooh, he's 4 seconds now.
Yeah,
no,
he lost a lot of time in that
3.7
battle.
seconds. Well, if you can find, he's got some. He's the only car on track with fresh air, so
Yeah.
he can push. The only other person that can really push is Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's taken 3/10 in
About
in the
2
chicane.
corners.
Yeah.
This is going to be
So
very close.
Oh, and there. Oh, another 2/10. That gap is.
He is flying as Mr. Ugoni.
He's got 1 lap to find 3/10.
Let's quickly just change the interval to the leader. Yeah, he's
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
3.2.
He is.
He is getting so close. He's got 1 lap
Oh,
to.
he's-
It's 3.1.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it, isn't he?
He might just pull it off.
His ERS is. Oh no, of course it's wet. His ERS. I don't know whether his ERS is flashing or not. Don't be an idiot,
No.
Martin.
2.8. 2.7. Bergen's out.
Oh, where's he gone? Oh, he's gone.
Just before
That's
the
interesting.
bottom of the hill.
That's an interesting place to go. But back to the. Yes, he's now inside the window, catching up rapidly as well. Oh, be careful! He ran very wide there. You don't want to pick up a 3-second penalty right now. You've got it. Don't push anymore.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Keep it calm, my friend.
Every time he goes anywhere near a white line, I'm cringing. This is he's well within that 3 seconds now.
He's gone and done it.
And there
can keep
you
it
have
tidy,
the
there
power
you
of penalties.
And here comes
So-
Mr. Ugoni taking the win. Question is,
Well
where's
done.
Reese
That
going to
was-
end up? P5. So that means, by my maths, provisionally, Ugoni now leads the championship by 3 points.
You sound like a person that does maths with their brain, so I'm gonna leave that one with you.
Well, I've double checked by having the points for each place up in front of me. It's 25
Okay.
for first. Reese is in 5th, which is 10. The difference is 12. So that's 3
Yeah, you've
points
lost
difference.
me. You've lost me. Yeah.
So yeah,
Joking. Wow. Well, that was impressive stuff. That's what you call exercising control to get the result, isn't it?
yeah, that was some outstanding racing, and Ugoni just pulled it back spectacularly at the end there.
So
Wow.
this is going down to the wire then, isn't it?
It is. We go into the last race, Silverstone, with a 3-point difference in favour of Ugoni. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. That was an unexpected end to things.
Wasn't it just?
And yeah, I mean there was because there was a few penalties that arrived with people very late on there that they're going to
Yeah.
be kicking themselves for.
Absolutely. So let's quickly run through the provisional finishing position. Mr. Ugoni comes home and takes P1 with Sergeant Uncle Sam in P2 and G-Star rounding out the podium. Laurentia comes home in P4, Reese Whitcomb P5, followed by Chris Bailey, Banstorp, Loppy, J-Sarge, and Alex Ajiric rounds out the points, followed by Francie 5, SW, Chatty Duck, Bergen, Slayer, Anton, Saviour, Corey, Gibbon, and Calvin comes home in P20. So, who is your driver of the day, Mr. Hill?
It's got to be Joni, hasn't it?
I think it has to be. That was an
He,
outstanding recovery drive from him.
well, he kept his head whilst all around others were losing theirs. It was one of those, wasn't it, really? Although, you know, also, shout out to Uncle Sam. He's come from 20th to 2nd.
He has. That is a spectacular drive, to be fair. Massive respect.
I am going to give my drive of the day to the both of them. They're going to have to hold hands.
Yeah, I think we're having a split drive of the day, because they are both very, very worthy drivers.
A split driver of the day. That sounds like someone's being punished very, very severely by the stewards.
That's the punishment you get. Well, thank you all for joining us. The championship for T1 carries over and will be decided at Silverstone. We have Tier 3, where we have already crowned Banstorp as our champion, but we'll be back with them at 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And at 8:45 on Wednesday, we could potentially be deciding the Tier 4 championship, so that's definitely not a race to be missed. And thank you, Martin, for joining me on comms for the first time.
Yeah, what a very refreshingly well-spoken com that was, I feel. You know, these Northerners talking about their Parmos and those sorts of things, I don't know what they're on about.
Good grief, we don't want any of that in the MRC commentary.
No, we want to talk about very tasty beef Wellington, possibly.
Yeah, that'll do. We'll take that.
Yeah.
So on that
are you
note,
back to are you commentating again later in the week?
I am. You can all look forward to my sultry tones again for Tier 4. Mark Hodgson says, hang on.
I don't even know what a Parmo is. It just looks like a sort of floppy yellow thing from whenever they put a picture of one up.
How dare you disrespect the Parmo? Mark, it's breaded chicken.
Is it chicken? Is that what it is?
It's breaded chicken. It's got tomato on top of it and buffalo mozzarella. We do a burger based on it at work. It's basically just breaded chicken with some sauce on top. Not to be disrespectful to the Parmo, but
so it's basically one of those what they called bird's eye things.
Yeah, basically with a little bit of sauce on top and some cheese. That's all the Parmo
bird's eye
is.
ones have got it's the bird's eye ones that you get in the freezer department that have like ham and cheese inside them. What are they called? Anyway,
I have no idea.
Yes,
anyway,
well,
on that note,
I'm commentating on Wednesday as well. So yeah.
So there you go. You'll have Martin again for Tier 3, is it?
I believe so. I think it's me and Mr. Hodgson.
And you will, all things being well, have me and Minimax himself, Melvin, will be coming back to do Tier 4 with me. So we've got that to look forward to.
Mark is now spamming the hell out of the chat with Parmo. In fact, both the Marks are going Parmo furious.
These Northerners, I tell you what. We're going to leave the Northerners behind now and say thank you all very much for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Good night.
Night, everybody.